Overwatch had the potential to be one of the greatest games of all time. In fact, at one point, it did live up to that title. But the current version isn't even an inkling to its former self. Upon its release in 2016, Overwatch 1 was a multiplayer first-person shooter which divided combatants in 2 teams of 6, usually with an objective that one team had to stop the other from achieving. What made Overwatch stand out was its multiplayer online battle arena that gave each character their own unique special abilities and style of play. Obviously, there were other games like this, but they were getting old and Overwatch provided a fresh new start to this way of gaming. Now that we got all that out the way, let's talk about the difference between these 2 fucking games. Overwatch 1 was a 6v6, which consisted of 2 tanks, 2 damage characters, and 2 healers. Overwatch 2 is a 5v5. Why did they take a rollout? One of them was not as fun as the other 2, causing people to not want to play this role, which overall led to longer queue times. Instead of just making the role more fun to play, or adding more fun characters, they said fuck it and just deleted the role completely, not taking into account that some of the maps and other characters were made to have a second tank. But you don't really care about that, right? Tank players are all masochists. They probably like facing all that damage and crowd control by themselves. Yeah, you like that, you little slutty tank put? How about the role lock feature they chose to keep into the second game? You know how before I said there were 2 tanks, DPS, and healers, right? This was ideally how you'd play the game, but you didn't necessarily have to do that. You could have 1 tank, 2 DPS, and 3 healers, or 3 tanks and 3 healers. If y'all really didn't give a shit, you'd go in with 6 DPS characters. The point is, you were free to go whoever, whenever you wanted. However, Blizzard looked at their player base and said, niggas are having too much fun playing our game, and decided to lock the roles. This means before each match, you have to pick a role to play, lock it in, and you're only able to play that role when joining a game. So if you're in a match playing Diva and you think, I'll do way better if I switch to Genji. Shit tragic, new paddock. Should've chose that role to begin with, bozo. And now that I think about it, Blizzard implementing this role lock is the only reason the first problem ever existed. If they never added role lock, then their queue times would have never been longer, further proving Blizzard effectively killed their own game. You can't make this shit up. Anyway, the last thing I want to talk about is the power scaling. More specifically, the countering, I guess. In Overwatch 1, if you were in a match and there was one person playing exceptionally well, shitting on your whole team, then you'd go Sombra to focus hack them and boom, problem solved. Overwatch 2 is completely different. Zarya counters Diva, Bastion counters Zarya, Ana counters Bastion, Diva counters Ana. Like, holy fuck, all these counters. You think we in a fucking IKEA? Oh yeah, runner-up thing I like to mention. Aside from everything I mentioned earlier, Overwatch 1 is pretty much the same as Overwatch 2. Like, and I'm not saying they're really similar or anything. I mean, they literally took Overwatch 1 and renamed it Overwatch 2. I'm not joking. This is not a hyperbole. If you don't believe me, go play Overwatch 1. Oh right, you can't, because it's Overwatch 2 now. All the cool new abilities and game modes they promised are nowhere to be found. Niggas really dropped 40 doubloons for the pre-order just for it to come out for free. Jeff, where ya at? Niggas need you.